And we're live.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for the third episode of Friday Night Fights, presented by Workhorse Wrestling Network. With us, we've got. It's hard coming up
At
with
this
stuff
point, you can
online.
just say the names. Like, you don't got to come up with something clever every week. I mean, we love you for the effort, but
The hot
No.
takes that'll make your week. ALW. I'm not wrong about that.
Very true.
I'm looking forward to discussing some of those today.
oh, here we go.
All right. Well, the show's starting. We got CM and we got Anika. I'm skipping the entrances this week. I need to pour me a drink.
What are we drinking? Oh, he disappeared. He'll have to tell us when he gets back. How y'all doing?
Oh, I'm excited about this week.
Yeah,
Right?
it should be a good one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
I kind of want to see Sammy and Ty get beat up.
I have laughed so hard at Twitter. I literally was about to cry at one point laughing. Twitter, man. Wrestling Twitter.
Keep it simple this week. Mango Pepsi and Sailor Jerry.
Never had Sailor Jerry, but mango Pepsi sounds yummy.
That does sound real yummy. Oh snap!
Oh God.
This how we starting this? Okay.
Dark Order is in the ring with House of Black. Brody King
Yes,
is facing off with 10. Ooh.
this should be very good. I like both of these teams.
I love House of Black.
I like Dark Order. I mean, I think that originally they kind of started off with the idea that they would be dark and they've become kind of goofy, but I still like them.
Yeah.
I'm mad that they've lost so many members. That bothers me.
Right?
I would agree with that.
The Stu Grayson one still hurts me. Like right here, man.
Stu was the only one that Brian Danielson ran away from.
Yeah.
Mm.
What is Stu Grayson doing? I haven't heard anything from him since he left AEW.
I think he's wrestling on the independents again in Canada. I
Okay.
think. I'm not sure.
I'm going to turn down my TV.
This tournament needed to be longer, right? Like
Yeah,
why are we
and
getting
with
this
better
match
teams, right?
like why are we getting this match so soon?
I mean, these are two good teams, but they've had the booking of this has not been good.
Like I don't want House of Black to
Well,
win.
I mean, look at what teams are left. We got Aussie Open with Will Ospreay, and we got Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Right,
Like,
both of which are good teams. Very strong teams.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I really question why they were on the same side of the bracket. Like that really could have been a finale if you wanted it to be.
Right.
I think the plan was Adam Cole and all of them. And then Cole and O'Reilly got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always the Trust Busters.
Oh,
I don't want them to win, but it'd be funny to see them win just to piss everybody off. Like
are they
Maybe to
still
the
just
final
because
where
it would
beats
the
Kenny
world would
Omega.
just be in such an uproar. Like, yeah, Slim J pins Omega.
Of ECW proportions. You just see whole lot of cans.
I would
whole
love
lot
to
of
see the
cups
fire.
ring.
I would love to
Right?
see the fire.
I think it would be more so Cena in like ECW and stuff where they threw the shirt bag and just broke his heart. You just literally saw his heart break. And I felt bad.
I didn't.
I watched it live and loved every second of it.
I mean, I felt bad that I wasn't there to do it too. But like, he just annoyed he has a Sammy face. He has a Sammy face. You just want to punch him. Ooh.
I'm sorry, I don't like Malachi Black's eye paint. I'm sorry, I don't know. Like,
It works for him. I don't.
it worked a little bit when it was black, but now that it's like this weird ombre blue,
Well, he's
whatever the
he's sucking in
fuck
all
it
the
is, it
good.
looks fucking
He's
dumb.
sucking in all the good there.
I think it'll make a better look for the video game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, geez, that's the whole point.
I
I
mean,
still
that's
haven't
where they gonna
seen
make their money back at. So.
I still haven't seen the backstory of the whole eye thing on YouTube yet. I still haven't seen the whole backstory. I know I need to, but
He got like misted in the eye in WWE, and it just kind of like carried on. It's the simplest way to explain it.
simplest way to explain it.
This has
I
actually
don't
been a pretty good match.
I mean, Dark Order is really talented.
I'm very
Yeah,
surprised
yeah.
it's not main event. Like, why is this not the main event?
What
I
is it going to
mean,
be? I bet it's going to be Sammy and Ty in the main event, right? Versus Ruby Soho and
we asked about
Ortiz.
Mox and Punk being the main event.
Let's not talk about that debacle.
I enjoyed it.
Of course you did.
CM Punk getting beat up. Yes, it was. That's all. That's all.
I mean, I enjoy watching CM Punk get beat up, but it was just dumb. The whole thing was dumb. Why? So he could just run it back a week later. I mean,
I hope not.
That part.
Yeah, the whole thing just irritates me. This was the first. I'll be honest. Like, you see it a little bit, but this was really the first time where I thought to myself, "Fucking Jimmy Macram is right. TK fucking sucks as a booker. He fucking blew this. This is terrible. Like
this was scary booking. This was straight up scary booking. When he got you know what? When he probably heard that Triple H got Gargano, he's like, oh, we gotta do something for Dynamite and Cleveland. Squash match. CM Punk.
Yeah.
It's like, stop.
I don't think it made anybody look good. I think all it did is make Tony Khan look really bad.
And you're already climbing the uphill battle of it's face versus face. You're already climbing that battle of trying to make it the match interesting. This didn't make it interesting for me at all.
I mean, I'm happy Mox won. I'm happy Punk got beat up, but
right?
It definitely didn't do anything for me to want to see it again next week at All Out. I mean, that I'm not interested in.
I mean, I'm always there to see a Mox match. I don't care who his opponent is. Mox versus Enzo. Give it to me. I'll watch it.
No, I mean, I hear you on that. And like I said, I'll watch it, obviously, but at the same time, like, it did nothing for me to make this me any more excited for the All Out version or.
That Mox versus Biff Busick at Bloodsport.
Yes.
That was a good match.
It was.
And that's not a thing on the card that I immediately think, oh, that's going to be great, but
no, but I mean, only Biff can go. I mean, he's a good wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Biff Lorcan.
he impressed me. I'll say that much.
Yeah, and Mox has been having good matches. Mox hasn't had a bad match in a long time. So
around the world in multiple companies.
So,
like,
speaking of Mox, I just had. I'm in the middle of having a quite the experience. I can't put my finger on the word right now, but listening to Mox's biography read by Mox. I'm listening to the audiobook, and it's him actually reading it. It's pretty fucking incredible, dude. It's all over the place, and it's a unique read. It's not like any other wrestling book I've ever listened to.
And I'm going to have to buy an audiobook. All right.
And the best part of the book so far, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through it, are all before every chapter he has a joke that Claudio told him, and they're just the worst jokes ever, but they're absolutely hysterical. If you've got to find somewhere to listen to the audiobook, everybody. It's a treasure for sure.
like when CM Punk said that John Moxley was the third most favorite person in his group, I'm like, lies. I loved him when he was Dean Ambrose. I loved him when he was John. Like, yes, that lies, straight up lies.
I'm trying to be good right now because I want to go in.
I wasn't a big Dean Ambrose Shield fan. I wasn't a big Shield fan, but I liked him better when the Shield broke up as the Lunatic Fringe, and I love him as Moxley. I mean, I'm a big Moxley
I've said
fan.
it before, but Roman and Dean at the time, they got each other's stories when the Shield broke up.
Miro.
That, Mox should have been doing the stuff that Roman was doing, and Roman should have been the one who was feuding with Seth.
Oh, here comes Miro.
Damn.
Oh snap!
Oh! Holy
Run away quickly.
damn! Was that Buddy that got thrown? It had to be, right?
Yeah.
All right, so is it going to be the Trust Busters or Dark Order?
Trippins already lost.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
did they lose? I thought they
Yeah,
won
they
their
lost.
match.
Yeah,
No, I think they lost last
Rampage
week,
we
right?
watched.
Yeah,
I thought they
last week.
won.
Come on, Dark Order. Don't do that to him.
My memory's not what it used to be.
Yeah, that match between Best Friends and Trust Busters and the Best Friends one, that was actually a tournament match.
Best Friends won.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be Best Friends versus Dark Order. Don't mind me.
Oh!
They just left him? He came to
just
help you guys.
I think.
put Miro down. Oh,
Okay.
is anyone going to come help Miro?
You'll see in a second.
Oh, so I'm behind you.
I'm not saying
I'm lagging,
anything.
huh? Oh, Sting and Darby Allin. So somewhere I heard that, in his off time before, or he has a Sting sells real estate, right? So me and my buddy call him Real Estate Steve.
A lot of wrestlers have gotten into selling real estate.
Yeah. So every time I see him, it just makes me laugh. I just think of that Real Estate Steve.
Why is it taking Buddy so long to get there?
Oh, now Sting's got some weird eye paint too over his already black or white paint, huh? Oh, I
like
see.
it.
He's trying to. Is he trying to make fun of Malachi?
Well, remember he got missed in the eye.
Yeah, I guess. So now the mist leaves a paint, huh? You get misted, and now you forever have to wear eye paint, huh?
He's going to use it.
Okay,
He's going to use it.
And I missed it, and I don't have my captions on. I missed it.
I'm not a fan of 2.0 right now.
Oh, really? I was just about to say this is one of the best things in AEW right now.
Well, it's one of them.
I like these two so much, and Matt Menard is fucking hysterical, dude. He was on commentary on Dark the last 2 weeks, and dude, I've just been rolling. He is so fucking funny.
His little intro bit before Jericho Appreciation Society comes out.
Mm-hmm. I'm okay. I'm not as big on Cool Hand Angelo, whatever his name is, but I really like Matt Menard.
One of them got into the Eddie Sammy thing,
and
he called Eddie Kingston a bitch, and it's like, bruh.
Nice.
Like,
I didn't know
careful
that. Be careful.
Your
right?
dirt comes out, because Sammy is already like. He should have. Yeah, he shouldn't have put out that statement.
Why? What's going on here? What happened to that was weird. I thought it was going to commercial, and then all of a sudden Ryan Nemeth was on my screen. I was like, wait a sec.
It works like a commercial.
Titantron, like something for his entrance. Like, wait.
That was weird. I don't know. That was
Look, it's better than his skits in BTE. Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen one episode of BTE.
Really?
No. I know Tony wants everyone to watch it, but I refuse.
So you missed when the Bullet Club is fine era with Cody,
Yep.
and like they had all of them kind of come together, and there was a brawl in the locker room, and Tama Tonga's just sitting there like,
Like I'm not getting involved in this.
wait, so you missed the drone funeral?
Yep.
And I don't go that far. I don't go that far back either. I don't go that far back.
Yep. Nope. Anything
When
on
Matt Hardy's
BT,
drone
not seen.
died, and they had a funeral. That is probably some of the best.
Voyager
YouTube
1,
ever.
right? Wasn't that Voyager 1?
No, it
Yeah.
it was something else. One.
It was something like real artsy.
Vanguard.
That's right. Vanguard 1. I knew it was V.
When Vanguard won, and Cody is over there like, I'm an atheist. I don't even know why I'm here.
What?
You have it. I'm gonna drop the link because you have to watch it.
I'll have to check that out.
I love the most recent one where they have Heyman and Dark Order.
Is that's I love those because the Chili's bits.
Oh,
my TNA fangirl heart.
But he's
Chris
going,
Sabin?
no, that's not how you.
Chris Sabin.
AEW.
I will take it because it gets me Chris Sabin on my TV.
I'm
but
okay with it.
Yeah, come on, Coke.
You can say it. It's all right.
Come on, CHK, man.
No, if we want to get monetized, we cannot say that because
if we want to get monetized,
I'm gonna be better. But yeah, Marching Machine Guns. You don't do that on Rampage. You do it on Dynamite, and not just you have both. Not just one.
Look at Wardlow single-handedly getting up the female demographic.
He just killed Ryan Nemeth. Or Nick Nemeth. Ryan Nemeth. Nick Nemeth.
It's Ryan. Nick is
and that's
the older and younger.
You don't even know his name.
I'm sorry, it's Ryan?
Yes.
It's Ryan Ziegler.
That's why he deserves to be killed. You don't even know his name. Why we have
it's the AEW Ziegler. He's the younger brother, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
He does a really great job, though.
Yeah.
At, being a jobber.
No doubt.
He looks too much like your brother, man.
He can't help his face.
But at least help your hair. Don't
at least help
dye your hair blonde, too.
I mean, he would look like a creator wrestler if he was brown hair.
How many stupid power bombs were you going to get in a row?
Look, the women here for the pins,
Let
okay?
the bodies hit the flow. That should be a symphony. Let the bodies hit the flow. Let the bodies hit the flow.
Right?
Are you gonna do like Paul Heyman did and just pirate it?
There you go. Is Satnam Singh ever gonna actually really wrestle or do anything? Can he?
He was part of a match, like, right?
He's had 3 matches.
A trios match, right? But he hasn't done anything really, though. Like,
no, he had one on Dynamite, one on Rampage, and like one on Darker Elevation.
Okay, I guess I must have missed those somehow.
You probably blocked them out of your memory because
right? Because they were so memorable.
So memorable. See, that was a waste of Sabin. Why? Yeah.
We wanted Sabin to get attention so that when the female demographic tunes in to watch Wardlow, we also get Sabin. Hello. That is CHK's whole plan. Put Wardlow and Jade on Rampage, get those ratings up. squash CM Punk for all of us who really want to. Have Eddie smack the purity shit out of Sammy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
someone who has absolutely no concerns about anybody else dragging Tay, whatever her name is, for fun on TV. Get your ratings up.
Ugh.
Man, these things are pretty addicting.
What are you eating?
What are you eating?
Sriracha almonds.
Mm.
I hate sriracha. Has a weird aftertaste to me.
I haven't tried it. Like I know what kind of spice level my mouth is on, and now it's
not spicy to me.
really.
Yeah.
I like sriracha. It's all right. It has to be on the right thing, though.
It's more of for me. It's more of a sweet spicy.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt.
It's not like spicy. It's not like you go to the taqueria and you ask for the hot salsa and they give you the hot salsa. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Okay. I might try sriracha.
Stuff like what Sammy has is probably the best way to try it because it's on stuff that you already like that you're gonna buy anyway. Now it just has sriracha on it.
Yeah.
No, don't remind me about school going.
No, I do have these suckers though.
See, I'm not touching those. I'm not touching those at all.
After about 6 of these, my mouth becomes entirely numb and I can't feel nothing anymore. It's weird.
So why eat them?
Because they're good for the 6 ones.
I was gonna say he likes the first 6. He enjoys the first 5 or 6.
Just stop at 5.
You gotta know when to stop.
I can't do
everything's good in moderation.
Can't do it.
I like spicy stuff.
Like, I like spice. I don't like fire. Like Cheetos jalapenos, I'll eat all day. Cheetos hot, this makes no sense to me. There's no cheese on it. It's just fire.
There's no cheese on it.
I would rather get some Cheetos, get some hot sauce, drizzle it, and shake it up, and then that'll be yes.
I've got a collection of hot sauce, so I can't speak on the matter.
That's funny.
I like the homemade hot sauces. Those are better to me.
I'm not a big hot sauce person. I just can't do it.
Oh, Private Party and Andrade.
I guess I'm behind. I got an Omega commercial.
That one just went off for me.
All right. So yeah, I'm clearly coming. There you go. Promo time.
Uh-oh.
I don't have my captions on. What are they saying? Somebody know?
Andrade is mob bossing them. And basically said if you lose again, there's going to be consequences.
I see.
We saw what happened last week with consequences. Oh, we got Powerhouse Hobbs and the Cody Vader. Like, it's always going to be the Cody Vader. They can deal. Okay, that's better.
All right. Here he comes.
I thought they changed the name to the Money Lift.
So
Cody Vader.
So he's not a heel or a face because he comes out of the middle?
Oh,
I don't know what you are.
Definitely a heel. He's definitely a heel, but maybe down the line he'll be in between.
I don't know what you are if you don't come out of a tunnel.
Is he a heel or is he a heel because we love Ricky Starks more?
He's a heel because he went for the neck.
He
went for the neck.
The Young Bucks made a thing about that on BTE of them leaving through the babyface tunnel for the first time in however long.
No, I think Hobbs is supposed to be the heel for sure. Ricky Starks' promo post attack was definitely a babyface promo for sure. I mean,
in the promo last Wednesday worked because we saw it. We saw the friendship when they were in New Orleans against Swerve in Our Glory, and he was hyping them up like, "This is your hometown. They love you." It's like,
right?
it was a real friendship. Why would you do this?
That's
Hobbs
I'm not
didn't get paid enough.
I'm not mad at it because I think Ricky Starks is a singles wrestling superstar myself. I mean, I think he's going to be the future of AEW, and I'm happy to see him on his own. Like I don't need to see him in a tag team.
I do too. I just just not yet. Like we could have get this like another 3 more months, in my opinion, before we broke them up. At least
Here we go. Now he's talking shit, doing the Starks pose.
So disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
He could have used a few more months with Ricky, but at the same time, when else was Ricky gonna get hot enough to go on his own?
No doubt.
Really? Ricky, you gotta get some friends, bro.
I hate that I'm behind. Yep. Ricky Starks getting beat up.
Me too. Oh, what? What the?
Looking like Mr. Biggs off of whatchamacallit.
Oh, I see. So the factory's trying to recruit Hobbs, huh? Oh, hell no. Now he's got a vest this week? What the fuck is up with Camarado?
I will take that
body
over the...
oiling shame him. Too much body oil.
Unbelievable.
Don't shame him. He might, try to tussle you.
He might try to tussle you. I prefer the purple pimp jacket over the fucking vest.
Uh-oh.
They're like aces and eights.
Oh, here we go. Jade.
Lexi, you're not allowed to talk.
Oh. Uh-oh. Somebody's not going to be a baddie for any longer.
Beat down
or an interim baddie for any longer. She's the interim baddie, right?
There's a whole lot of interims happening around here.
Right?
So everybody's got their money on Jade, right?
Oh. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. I mean, at this point, like, again, I think Tony Khan, this is one of those times where I think his inability to book is really showing because I don't know what he's ever going to do with Jade at this point. Like
not even inability to book, inability to swerve. Like,
yeah, I guess, or to do anything creative. I mean, actually creative. Like, I mean, he's what are you ever gonna do? Like, if she beats Athena here or Minerva or whatever her fucking name is, whatever
her real name is. Her ring name is Athena. I call her Minerva because
whatever we're calling her. No, I know. Whatever we're calling her. Then what? I mean, there's really nobody else out there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, she needs to like decide that she wants to go for the women's title too, and just be 2 belts, or vacate the TNT title and go for the AEW women's title. I mean, I don't. At this point, with the TBS title on her, it feels more important than the AEW women's title.
But that's because of how he's booked her. And the fact that they booked the division to simply be Britt and Jade. You took the shine off of the other women. You took the shine away from Red Velvet. Kylan King was heating up before you moved her. The whole issue with Swole. Anna Jade, you never, like, just not enough there. Like,
right.
Ruby.
Yeah, and then others you don't do anything
with. You got
with.
Tony, like.
Yeah, I mean, they could be pushing Ruby Soho. They could be pushing Tony Storm more. They could be pushing, all these girls more. And
honestly, I'm questioning how much influence TK has over Jade's storyline. because really the buildup between Jade and Athena has been way bigger than Rosa and whatever match she's on. So I'm like, okay, is he just letting her, like do this herself? Because honestly, Athena getting the belt off of Jade is actually, it could actually happen. Unlike the 4-way, I don't care.
Well,
I'm
see,
sorry.
it's also Britt doesn't dislike Jade, or she's not obvious with her dislike of Jade. Because to be quite honest, Jade could literally say, I don't need this, and walk away and suffer no financial loss from it. Because she said flat out, this is, I don't need it. Like, I got mine. I do this because I actually enjoy it. It's fun. I'm an
Right.
athlete. I would like
Yeah.
to note that I'm only watching this match because Ruby and Ortiz is in it.
I mean, aren't those guys usually the best wrestlers, though? The ones that love it and wouldn't want to be anywhere else?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, if you listen to Moxley's book, you'll hear, at least in his mind, how much he loves wrestling, and I think it comes across in his performance and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think I
You
don't think
can
that's a
definitely
coincidence.
see it with Moxley. I mean, the whole like, I'm not on AEW Dynamite. Let me go to GCW. I'm like, what? Who does
Yeah.
Yeah,
that?
But that's
And loves it absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
that's been lost for a lot of wrestlers because for so long WWE was the biggest and only like way they could go in America. And then you get over there and the old man basically tells you you're not big enough, so it doesn't even matter what you do. Or
Right.
get yourself over and you get in trouble for getting yourself over.
Mm-hmm.
No
Have
doubt.
y'all heard of the Rock's new project?
Uh-uh.
So it's a docu-series on Vice, and it's called The Territories, where he's actually going to
Oh,
do a TV series and actually go into the back in the day when it wasn't just WWE. It was actually NWA in the South. And I'm like, oh, that's real interesting.
nice. He's gonna be the narrator or the host, I assume.
Definitely producer. I'm not sure he's going to narrate, though.
Okay. Interesting. I'll definitely have to check that out. I like what Vice does. Vice is a good channel. Most of the stuff on there is interesting.
Yeah.
I only watched Vice for Jesus and Miro when they were up there.
Now they big time. Now they on Showtime now.
Well, no, not anymore. They're not together anymore. They broke up a little while ago.
Why?
They wanted to do other. They didn't want to be tied to each other for their whole careers.
Your career just started.
Actually, they've been on it for a while, and the show really was them coming together, but they started becoming a package deal. And there were some other things that have been heard, but I personally, at least once a week, watch where they had the beige rage meter for DJ Envy. That's one of my favorite episodes. Poor Ortiz. He doesn't deserve this.
My Mookie. My Mookie.
I wish I was there. When Eddie smacked Sammy, I wish I was there for that.
You think it's happening tonight or next week?
No, it happened a while, like a few weeks ago.
Oh, you mean like the real life? Like I'm saying.
I don't know. They're saying now that it's off the like off the match stuff or whatever. I don't know. I think it's BS.
Honestly, they still need matches for All Out, so I think they're still going to do the match, in my personal opinion, because they need it. What else matches is on All Out, the All Out card?
They could do something with Claudio. They could do something with Yuta. They got to do something with Mox. Maybe Garcia Jericho. No, it's Danielson and Jericho at All Out, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
As of right now, is Jericho and Danielson.
hmm
The rumors are Mox and Punk too, which is
I don't understand how you do that.
Because
don't either.
CHK is the
Like, how do you justify that? Because Hangman never got his rematch.
no, and the whole angle of he re-injured his foot. So after a week, the foot gonna be better for another championship match.
According to
Right?
Bobby Fish, no. And
Why is he
according
not
to
just
Bobby
going to
Fish,
do another
Punk's
kick
gonna
again
be
and
there.
re-injure it like he did last Wednesday?
Have you
No,
seen?
the whole thing is stupid. That's what I mean. That's why it's dumb. I don't know why you even do that. The only reason you do that is for some reason you're going to have a different match at All Out. But if you're going to do that, when are you going to fucking announce it? On Wednesday, 2 days before the fucking show? With no fucking hype? I mean, give me a break. Like, at this point, it's got to be Punk and Moxley because they haven't done anything else.
And I'll keep saying this: MJF, I get it, but he wasn't him versus Moxley is not going to be bigger than Moxley versus Punk.
Unless
No, I mean,
somebody is coming in.
unless
Unless somebody's
really
coming in.
still injured.
Well, who you think is going to come in besides MJF?
Am I making a dream here?
Sure.
Okada. I'll take Okada. Give me Okada.
Oh,
All
that
day,
means
every
I
day.
already know which take of mine you want to already blast me for here in a little bit. I already know by that comment which one I'm going to have to defend here in a little bit. So
Jay White.
yeah, I'd be happy with Jay White.
Nick Gage.
Well, they already have a match happening for a belt.
I don't think they're going to do that one, but man, that'd be something. Nick Gage being the main event of an AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Not at All Out.
I'd pay for it. I'd pay for it.
I don't know. No, it's got to be Moxley Punk again somehow. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's got to be.
Well, they try to redo the death match. The barbed wire death match. Let's do it one more time. We can come off this time.
There's a great section in Moxley's book where he talks about that match. It's hysterical.
If it had gone off, it would have been spectacular.
I mean, I can only assume since we didn't get to see what it would have looked like. I hope it would have been spectacular. I mean, it definitely wasn't.
I hope Mox reigns for a long time.
He deserves to.
I know it's hard, but like, shouldn't you do like a test run of the explosions of somehow before?
Well, they did. Match? So what happened was the company that was supposed to set it off didn't do it properly. For once it wasn't CHK. For once it wasn't him. It was.
They did a test and it went off right.
And then they didn't set them off right.
Man,
like I don't know what happens between the test working perfect and then the actual thing not, but
humans being in the ring.
Yeah. Fair enough.
There's that.
I feel that's how Sammy was when Eddie got to him.
Ruby's gonna slap the shit out of him, huh?
My face.
Right?
I swear, Bryce has to be the worst ref.
Leave poor Brycey alone.
Like, he is blinder than I am. And that takes skill.
He's not worse than Lil Nate Charles Robinson.
Lil Nate is Lil Nate. You expect that because he is Lil Nate. And if you don't, that's on you.
How do you all feel about Anna Jay being a heel?
She has no personality, so something has to click.
I mean, I guess the JAS needed, a female, and I mean, she wasn't doing anything. So
Well, I mean, I liked her in Dark Order.
I know I liked her better in Dark Order too. Honestly, I liked her better in Dark Order.
She was better in Dark Order fighting Stu.
Yeah,
And then Stu was gone.
Yeah.
yeah. She doesn't seem to have a whole lot of personality. So
That has to be the
I'll
weirdest
give her a
relationship.
pass because she's new, but let's
Yeah.
eat it up.
She's not that new.
she's not that new.
No, she was wrestling for about a year or two before. I'm just gonna say, if you become famous,
Well,
you might want to scrub your IG from previous relationships because then you won't get chance. Oh look, it's CM Punk crying. I just need an old. I need some milk.
Right. What's funny is that 2 weeks ago on Dynamite when they had their like confrontational promo and got into a brawl, I was super hyped for the match and all out, and then they did it last week, and it was such a fucking shit show that now I don't care. Honestly, I don't fucking care. I want to see Moxley wrestle somebody else. So Claudio and Dustin's going to be the main event.
Yay, Claudio!
Okay.
And Dustin and
I mean, we named a lot of people who we'd rather see than Punk. Like there are quite a few names out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to see Tama Tonga. I want to see him in AEW doing something.
Hell,
he
I wouldn't mind if Haku wanted to wrestle one more match.
I'm not going to tell Haku who can't. If Haku said you got to come watch it, I'd be like, okay.
Right? Yeah,
Like,
nobody's telling Haku
said one more match. I want it to be against Mox.
That would honestly be really, really good.
The thing about it is we have 1 week. We have 1 more week to the freaking pay-per-view.
Yep.
Okay, so they have BTE, they have Dark, they have Elevation, and they have
Dynamite. Yeah, and Rampage.
They got 4 opportunities.
Yeah.
Are they doing a live Rampage?
It's a live Rampage.
Okay.
In that case, they're likely to do something big.
Yeah.
Probably. But still, I mean, that means there's, 24 hours of build-up, depending on what you actually do? Like, fuck.
It has to be Punk versus Eddie Kingston promo of massive proportions to get this heated up enough in time for All Out.
Yeah, or it has to be, as much as I don't want it to be, or it has to be a name that everybody knows that wants to see wrestle Moxley, and you don't need the build-up. An Okada, I suppose, or a fucking, somebody who just brings enough cachet that it's like, yeah, I just want to see that match. I don't care if there's any real reason or build-up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if Will Ospreay is available, I will take that match.
That would be perfect. I mean, like, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Not.
Like,
he's
not. You're right.
What about Zack Sabre Jr.?
Yeah.
Will he be?
It's them against the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
I don't think it's going to be any New Japan guys, unfortunately.
Okay, so that leaves us with Hangman.
Yeah, it could be Hangman.
Miro's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, who else doesn't have anything going on?
Samoa Joe.
Oh,
where is my Samoa Joe?
Where is Samoa Joe? Thank you for saying that, Sammy. I hadn't even thought about that.
Like he had that match? Did he get re-injured?
I don't know.
They didn't say he was re-injured.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about him being injured.
Like him versus Jay Lethal. I don't want to see more Jay Lethal. No.
I like Jay Lethal.
I was gonna say I like Jay Lethal. He's one of my favorites. I like Jay.
Samoa Joe versus Mox, though.
That would be amazing.
Like okay. No more Satin and Sting. I didn't need no more Satin and Sting.
No more Satin and Sting.
But hear me out on this. What about Moxley versus like W. Morrissey?
No.
or controversial but brings in cash, Enzo.
Who did W Morrissey wrestled Wardlow, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And that was a pretty decent match.
No, I'm not interested in either of those.
Look, I'm just
Yeah.
throwing things at the wall at this point, okay? You know what?
Yeah.
Arn Anderson with his block. Boom. Moxley versus the block.
Like you gotta think who's
Uh,
$50 worth and won't and great to get into there within 1 week.
yeah. There's not many people. I can't. I mean,
I mean, it's gonna have Kenny Omega, so the pay per view already is worth $50.
well, I mean that's yeah. There's that,
Just
and it's
saying.
gonna have Danielson.
So Kenny Omega's gonna be up there, and CM Punk for right now is not. So money.
It's going to be interesting to see what they try to do, what Tony tries to do here. I feel like when AEW started, there was like this emphasis on the EVPs, the Bucks, and Cody, and those guys in the back really being like involved, and Tony was more like kind of in the background, and now it seems like it's shifted where Tony is like the only thing you hear about AEW, and nobody else like as far as creative goes. And I wonder if that's the actual real change, and if it is, that seems to me to be part of the issue because it seems like it's definitely become worse over the last year or so, year and a half,
I
than it
can
was
tell
when it
you what
started.
changed.
Yeah.
His
Like-
habit and the narcissism that comes with that.
His increased use of an
He was over
illicit
there like,
substance.
like he's on Scarface. But I think when that whole thing with Dark Order went down and the guy, like the people were roasting it so hard on the internet, he took power away from the Bucks, which okay, but they also know what they're doing.
Right.
Like you have the pieces there to be really effective, but he's not utilizing them correctly.
Yeah.
Barbecue or salt and vinegar?
What kind of chips? What brand?
I don't know.
Barbecue.
Salt and vinegar if it's Lay's.
I can't do salt and vinegar. They're too.
You just have all the wrong takes. I understand it now.
Oh, well, there is that. Claudio.
Barbecue or sour cream and cheddar?
They're both
Sour cream and
Lay's.
cheddar. Yes. Salt and vinegar for you. Sour cream and cheddar for you.
You'll have some of both.
Is he gonna do commentary?
Hopefully.
Oh wait, is that why is Jericho there?
Who's in commentary? Regal?
Yeah, but Chris Jericho is there, it looks like.
So Regal and Jericho are going to do commentary arguing together?
No, Jericho's
no.
Pippins is walking away.
Regal's walking away, yeah.
I
no,
know, I
Jericho.
know. I said I was gonna be nice. I tried. What if they do like a RH invasion? Like Mox is waiting for, he has like an open challenge, and out comes somebody like PCO. Because PCO is batshit insane.
Oh my god.
They put on a match, PCO loses. Mox is kind of tired or whatever. Someone else comes out. And then it's like a whole RH invasion. Claudio's trying to like help him, and All Blackpool Combat Club is just getting beat up, and it's just like a brawl in the thing because he likes brawls to end things.
Honestly, I just need to see Danielson with the Blackpool Combat Club. Just like, is he still with them? Is he still with him?
I mean, he's a dude.
So... They're the least united group. Like you never see any of them together. Like
no. We see Regal coming out with Moxley. We see Regal, Yuta. Well, usually Yuta comes out with Moxley too.
Yeah.
Last week we had Claudio making sure that Mox didn't kill Punk.
Dabbing them
It's just
up, which was the best
Danielson.
part of the whole thing.
I mean,
It's
you
just
know they're a
Dan-
team, but they're definitely not overly united. Like they're not all just like
Best
I,
faction in wrestling today.
that. I agree with.
it's the most real. It's
That
the
I
most
agree with.
realistic
They're
because
not always up in each other's business.
Yeah.
and Mox
Uh,
doesn't really like Danielson.
yeah.
and I don't need that. I'm just saying, Danielson got beat like twice, and no one helped him.
Right.
Well, okay, the champions were busy. Okay, the champs were busy.
They were
They had to make
stretching.
sure their belts were all shiny and ready.
They
So they were
couldn't run
busy.
down
They
and
were.
get the crown.
It's not that kind of group. You have to fight for yourself. That's how.
No,
That's how you
Like if you,
become tougher.
if blood
no.
spills, that caused them.
Uh,
Oh. That is the weirdest pin to me. I miss Cody.
I miss Arm. I'm like, hold up, where was like that thing with Cody gone? Like, what happened to Arn Anderson?
He's outside. He's outside the ring.
Like now,
now, but yeah, it feels like you haven't seen Arn in a while.
He's with Brock when Brock goes to different promotions when he's on Dark and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened to Lee Johnson with them. So
Arn made that comment about pulling the 45 and shooting somebody, and now he's not on TV anymore.
right?
I mean, there was a whole meme.
T-shirt.
Dustin, Claudia, why would you do that? You know Dustin is too old to be doing that.
Wait a minute. It hasn't come up yet.
So I really, really like Claudio. He's one of my.
Yes.
He's probably one of my favorite wrestlers. I
Yes.
really, really, really hate the giant swing move, though.
I like the giant swing move because it's really interesting to watch, like how he's able to just kind of lift these guys up and just swing them. But I think they overdo it sometimes.
I'm just not sure I totally understand. Like, I guess it's supposed to make the guy dizzy, but it's gonna make Claudio dizzy too. Like,
Claudio is spotting, so no, it won't.
no.
Because if you
One point
look
of the
at him
wall.
when he's turning, he's
Yeah.
looking his head around before he turns the other person around.
Okay. It's just, it would make me dizzy as shit. I'd have to try that millions of times before I could do it without getting dizzy. Because
The thing is to not see it as something that he's doing to hurt the other guy, but more of a thing that he does to show off just how powerful
strong
he
he is, and now, right? Yeah. Yeah, because
That
it
it's
definitely
like
doesn't do a
when
whole
somebody
lot of
lifts
damage.
somebody up and then does the lunges.
Yeah.
Like it's not doing any damage to the guy. It's just showing off that you can do that with somebody on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true.
So when they're talking about Claudio and how he's not Blackpool combat enough, like I'm like, oh my god, they need to do this. So when they're all three of them, well, four of them in the ring, if Claudio has to do in the ropes and just keeps uppercutting him while the people giving them elbows and Jameson's kicking him in the head, that would look so good. They need to do that once. They need to do that one. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but do it once. Just keep uppercut him in the back.
I remember listening to the New Day podcast, and they had Claudio on an episode, and Xavier Woods was telling the story of when they were in the Royal Rumble together, and he sees Claudio coming down and running into the ring, and he's looking right at him. He's like, "Why is he looking at me? I'm on the middle rope." And then Claudio just sliding into the ring, and then going to the other end of the ring and just going down all the way to the mat and giving him an uppercut while he's on the middle rope. He's like, I didn't even know he could do that.
He is so deceptively strong and agile.
At
They could have done
some
more.
point, I assume Blackpool Combat Club will dissolve, and I'm all for some sort of feud between Claudio and Mox and Danielson. I don't know how you do that, but some sort of triple threat at some point with bad feelings between all three of them like that. That definitely the idea of that would be
I'm like,
I love the faction. I'm happy. I don't want them to break up.
I don't either
Like-
too. I mean, not for a long time. I'm just saying at some point when they finally do, I'd love to see that three-way.
I mean, I'd be happy with them just having the match without breaking up the faction. Just
There you go.
yeah, let's fight it out.
There you go.
cause I do love the idea of this going to be like Stu Hart's dungeon for
Yeah.
Regal, for William Regal. I do love that idea.
Yeah.
Like they all have egos. It really could be as simple as, "Oh, you think you're good? You think you're better than me? Oh, you think you're
Yeah.
better than me? Oh, you think? Well, let's
What
do
if
it
it
now."
turns- What
Yeah, I
if
mean,
it
I
turns
definitely-
into like Claudio needs kind of a young boy, because if Garcia goes to Danielson, that's his young boy. Yuta can be Mox's AEW young boy.
No.
Claudio,
No.
look, I said
No.
AEW. We
Moxley
all know,
has Shooter.
We all know Shooter is his
Shooter.
child, but he is in New Japan.
Yuta can go to Claudio.
What if what? Okay, so for Mox, what if Takeshita comes back like early for whatever reason? It could work. It could work. Look, I don't know anybody else. Like I'm over here racking my brain.
I just want to see Shooter.
I
Like
just want to see Shooter.
I would love to see Shooter Moxley.
That brawl that they had with Jericho Appreciation Society, where he was going just toe to toe with Jake Hager and
he was
somebody else at the same time, and it's like, damn, Shooter, you ain't gotta
that
take
guy.
two of them on at once, and the biggest one at that.
Well, that's how you know he's a Moxley. Duh.
The best part was Murder Grandpa just coming down the ring like I smell violence. Who I'm gonna hit?
Okay, so Murder Grandpa could pop up. What's his name? Shoot. The Great O'Con.
Speaking of Murder Grandpa, I'm going to go see him at Defy in Seattle in October.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. I'd really be very surprised if it's a New Japan guy. I'm not saying it won't be, but I'd be very surprised if it is.
But you know what the biggest New Japan guy to come over would be, right?
Ibushi.
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 Golden Lovers reunion.
Yeah. There you go.
Look,
That
I'm gonna go back
that
to
is a
the
name
BTE.
that, like, of people to beat Mox for the title, Ibushi is one of the few names I can think of.
How long is Adam Cole actually away for? Can he come back yet?
I don't think so. Not yet.
I do like the idea of Red Dragon interfering with Kenny Omega and Young Bucks and like making them lose. I do love that storyline if at least two of them are healthy.
Yeah.
But two of them aren't. The only one.
That's just what I was going to say. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know where O'Reilly and Cole are in being healthy.
Fish isn't healthy, so.
Fish is not healthy.
He's not.
Okay.
No, Fish is the only one healthy.
That's what I thought. Fish is healthy.
Yeah, I said it wrong. O'Reilly and Cole are hurt.
Okay.
What's wrong with Adam Cole? Like was it a concussion during the Forbidden Door match? Like what happened?
Wasn't it concussion and then like there was something else too?
That I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, here comes a giant swing. Dustin's a big boy to be getting up like that too. He's not a small guy.
Ooh, yes he is.
I still want Jonathan Gresham versus Claudio again.
Yeah. I'd be in for that.
Or somebody from like Shane Taylor Promotions to come. And
yeah. I'd be good with that too.
What if we do Moxley versus Archer or Jonah. Look, I gotta figure something out because if I have to see Mox versus Punk again,
$50 worth.
Archer's not terrible.
$50.
I mean, we have this ranking system. Who's
number one is Wardlow. Number 2 is Hobbs.
I was darn sure like I don't know.
Really? Number one in the rankings, the number one contender for Mox's title is Wardlow.
Because he's TNT champion.
That's how it works, really?
No, because number one can be either. Number one is typically for both men's championships.
Interesting.
But because he has one,
I didn't know that. And then Hobbs is number 2.
Yeah, that was up there today.
Who's 3?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I just know the rankings when they came out.
Interesting.
Shit.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready to see Hobbs and Moxley. I'm not sure Hobbs should be number 2. I mean, I like Hobbs, but I don't think he's ready yet to be that high.
Was that supposed to happen?
No, it doesn't look like it was supposed to happen, right?
Well, he
I mean, it looked like a botch. I mean, I don't know.
He possibly ended his ability to have children, and so he got an uppercut for it.
Yep, and it's over now.
Number 3 is Jay Lethal.
Huh?
Number 3 is Jay Lethal. Okay.
How?
4 is Darby Allin, and 5 is Bryan Danielson.
Jesus. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Lethal and Moxley. Darby Allin and Moxley. I mean, we've seen that, right? So.
I want to run that back. Not right now, but I would love to run that back.
And obviously Danielson and Moxley, we've seen it, but I'm always up for that, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
No, it could.
Lethal's doing something, right? He has a match it all out.
With the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, which should be a hell of a match. I'm excited for the Motor City Machine Guns to be back. I'm happy for that.
Hangman Page is number 1 though, so.
Oh, see, Hangman Page is number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Tony does over the next week about the whole situation.
What can he do? He messed up making Punk come back early. Like,
I agree.
Biggest mistake.
I agree.
That's scared booking for you. He was scared booking.
Well, don't be scared. Scared money don't make no money.
Scared money don't make money.
Like,
and the reality is, like, why do you have to, like, I get that WWE's the big dog in the space, but, like, do you really, the best way to compete with them is to not try to outwardly compete with them, right? Just do your own thing and let it stand on its own and not worry about what fucking WWE is doing. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll just be what it is. Let WWE stand on its, or AEW stand on its merit and book because you like the way, or whatever, or, bring back the guys that were helping in the beginning, let the Bucks have some say again, and do it the way you were doing it before, and don't worry about what WWE is doing.
But like the main one calling him out on the ideas that he had and trying to bring in some diversity is no longer there.
Yeah.
He pushed him out for Punk.
Yeah.
I think that's where my frustration with Punk comes in, because it's like, you help push this person who helped make this company out because they don't see his value because of you. And what have you really done?
Like, and there is definitely a middle ground. There is definitely middle ground in how much Cody wants and how valuable TK thought he was. There was definitely a middle ground to be had. It really was.
I personally feel as if Cody said something about Swole being right. And since a bunch of the wrestlers felt comfortable coming to Cody, it started a whole lot of issues. Because when you listen to the people who left, Cody was the common one that they could come to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about Tony Khan, but it seems like maybe he's changed a little bit since being in control of AEW, and maybe was a little easier or a little, whatever in the beginning, and now he's kind of taken over and isn't quite as amenable to other people's opinions as maybe it was before.
I
He
think
is
it's
Triple
simple.
H in the Reign of Terror.
No, I think his billionaire is showing. I'll say
Yeah.
that. I think his billionaire is showing.
Yeah.
It's like, hold up, I'm not in charge, but I have
Right.
the most money.
Yeah.
That don't seem right to me.
Sure.
Let's change it. No, you're stupid. Okay, fine.
And I mean, with all due respect, I mean, like, it's hard, right? Like, if I was Tony Khan or if I had $1 billion and I started a wrestling company, I'd want it the way I wanted it to, right? Like, at the same time, you got to understand where your own limitations are, and bringing people to help you do things the right way where you fall short. So, I mean, I get it, and at the same time, like, I can understand that desire to want to. Like, if this is my shit, like, I want to actually, if it's my football team, I want to decide who the quarterback's going to be. If it's my I want to decide who the title, otherwise, why do it? Like, why put my money in something that I don't have any fucking say in? But at the same time, like,
If you
I
lose
mean, you're
5
right.
games,
Yeah.
let's
No,
try
you're
out.
right.
Let's try a second string quarterback. Let's see what he can do.
No, you're right. I mean, the biggest problem with the Dallas Cowboys is that the GM is the owner, and so you can't.
Woo!
You can't get fired. I mean, there's no job, insecurity there. There's no fear of losing your job. So no, I know well as a Cowboys fan what happens when you have, that kind of incestuous relationship between ownership and management. But, yeah, at the same time, so I don't know. Tony's got to do something though, because AEW is definitely taken a step down recently, I think.
It's like it's still good, but
Oh, for sure.
Fix it now before it gets worse.
Yeah, I agree. So, what do we think about tonight's Rampage?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it got better. It definitely got better.
Y'all have a match of the night?
Claudio,
Dustin.
I think it was House of Black versus Dark Order.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with Claudio.
I go with how I'm torn. I'm gonna go with House of Black versus Dark Order just because of the storyline potential that's there. There's a lot up in the air for Claudio, just like it is for Mox.
Like, we knew Claudio was beating Dustin. Like, there was no maybe. No, you're getting beat. It was just a matter of how long it was going to take.
No doubt. How about MVP and the LVP?
LVP
is Sammy Guevara for having to see him shove his tongue down Ty Conti's throat.
Yeah.
Well, it's 3 people. It's Sammy and whatever her name is. Just for having punchable faces. And it's CM Punk because 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
That wasn't even here.
It didn't even happen, but he's still the LVP just because it happened this week at one time on this show. That's on this company. That's hysterical.
That my fault.
Sammy, you got an LVP or MVP and an LVP?
I don't know about all that. I mean, I'm gonna give the LVP to backstage politicking.
To backstage politicking.
So CHK then, yeah.
Sammy's trying so hard to be nice and polite.
You're doing so good.
I got the munchies really bad.
I noticed that you've been chopping all night.
That pre-gamed a little too hard.
Are we going to talk at all about SmackDown? Did somebody didn't watch it, right, CM?
I cannot tell a lie. I ain't watch that shit.
I ain't watch that shit.
Women's tag teams are a thing again. Woohoo!
Women's tag teams.
I like it. I like tag team wrestling. I like women's wrestling. I appreciate that Triple H is putting in the effort to try and do it, because it's way more effort than we've ever seen in the last couple of years.
I would agree with that.
I do agree with that. They need a big female star on SmackDown, though. Like, there is too many new people. You can kind of hear the fans like, we're trying to get into this, but we just don't know them. So I am glad they're bringing Bayley in as commentary. Hopefully, after the draft, she's permanently back on SmackDown, because she needs on SmackDown more than she needs on Raw. She really is.
I can't stand Bayley as a heel. I just don't like her as a heel.
She works as a heel.
Can you stop saying ding dong? That's the fucking dumbest catchphrase I've ever heard in my life.
Ding dong, hello.
And last week, her little interaction, like face to face with in the ring, whoever, it was terrible. Like, just the actual words that came. It's bad. It's bad. I like Bayley, but this is not her best stuff at the moment. I mean,
is that
I
worse
like her
than
with
Shucky Ducky Quack Quack?
Yeah, come on, man. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Ding dong. Like, oh my god, dude! If I have to hear that one more time, I'm
okay. Would you rather have ding dong or the laugh with her and Seth Rollins?
Neither. Can they both go away?
No, you have to choose one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess ding dong, because it lasts less time than the fucking stupid laugh.
That laugh
was horrible. I mean, come on.
It was,
and everyone backstage was hyping him up about it, I'm sure. Everybody, like, man, that's the greatest thing ever.
Or Twitter did, because apparently that's why Seth Rollins dresses like Liberace on crack.
Liberace on crack.
Did Liberace do crack?
We got Blue
I don't know,
but
that's what Seth dresses like.
Better late than never. My boy Blue saying what's up. What's up, Blue?
What's
up? Cross had some words.
Look, before
words
we
sounded
move
good
on,
to my ears.
But before we move on, can we please, if we're gonna make women's tag teams a thing, please take Raquel and Aaliyah off my screen.
Aaliyah impressed me tonight.
So, like, I really like Raquel. I don't like Aaliyah, and I don't like them together, but I like Raquel.
I need Raquel to account for her whereabouts for January 6th, and I need Aaliyah to go away. She can go with Aubrey and with Tory Lanez back, and Bieber. They can all go back.
Where were you on January 6th? We need to see that interrogation in the ring. Like,
so someone actually asked her at SmackDown, and they were like, Raquel, where were you January 6th? And she shook her head, yes. Realized what he said, and it was like,
oh wow.
Okay.
I appreciate Triple H giving Aaliyah a chance. You can't just fire. You just can come in and fire people. I know we would love it to work that way, but you can't just fire people. So he's gonna give her a chance. If he was here when she got called up, she probably wouldn't have been called up. But
what she was in NXT for 7 years. He never fired her while she was there.
Because they're trying to give her a character.
What was her character in NXT?
Like a beautiful, like a mini Sasha Banks, but not well. She was with Robert Stone. It was.
She didn't have no character. Just say that. She had no character. She was on that show, Breaking Ground, and everybody else improved off that show. She has done nothing. Not a thing.
She was in NXT for so many years. But I saw the most out of her tonight than I've seen of her ever. Like, this was her best appearance, in my opinion.
She's improving. Do not leave her by herself. And don't put her in a title picture yet.
Ever.
At all.
Blue, that happened for me with my notifications on my computer, but on my phone, it popped up. I think YouTube is doing something wonky again.
It always do something wonky, man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to hear. I mean, it should have come up with for all the subscribers at least a half hour before, like anyone that you subscribe to does. I mean, it should have. I don't know.
Mine didn't come up until on my phone until right when we went live, and on my
Interesting.
computer like a few minutes ago. Actually,
Yeah, I wonder if that's a YouTube glitch or something. I mean, it's got to be because it's set to go up a half hour early, like like all the True Hero ones
Yeah,
do
I
or
didn't
whatever.
receive
So
one, so
interesting.
it's
Yeah, I
so
don't know.
weird. But yes, Raquel can go. Alif can go. Give me something for Shayna Baszler. Can Shayna Baszler take the belt from Roman?
If Shayna doesn't win,
Right? I'm all for that.
I was never a Liv Morgan I didn't dislike Liv Morgan, but I
I
didn't
did.
think she should have won the belt.
She should.
I didn't.
I liked Liv Morgan last summer, like not like 2021. Summer of 2021, I rooted for Liv Morgan, and then I stopped because she wasn't winning.
Like,
I never rooted for Liv Morgan. I want Liv Morgan off my TV too.
Not everybody has to be a title contender. Some people can just be mid-carders and just be, whatever. And Liv Morgan, for me, is one of those people that should just stay a mid-carder. Like, she's an okay wrestler, but she has no business being in the main event or a title holder.
No, she and Ruby would have been great tag team champions.
That would have been one I would have been okay with.
And they would have been great going to the 3 brands. I think what really killed the women's tag division is having the main tag team belts and then NXT tag teams. When NXT women's tag teams have honestly been better than the women on the main roster for a long time.
Having 0 women that have been a tag team for longer than a month.
Man.
Yeah, they don't keep. Well, one could argue that Naomi and Sasha were a tag team for longer than a month because of Team Beck.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm talking about since they were gone. Like they had, at that time it was Shayna Baszler and Natalya, I think.
It was Shayna Baszler and Natalya, Nikki ASH and Doudrop, Dana Brooke and Tamina.
Where is Zelina? Where is Zelina Vega?
And so tonight they had that fatal 4-way for the team to face to come back into the tournament. Why was it those 4? Why wasn't it JC and Gigi and Asuka and Alexa?
Hurt.
Oh, okay.
It was
why wasn't Asuka and Alexa involved in that?
Because the match was already announced before they lost.
That's bullshit.
Like basically, it was first round losers.
Okay.
That's basically what it was. First round losers, second chance.
Dumb.
I felt as though they had a plan, and then what you call it? Insurrection chick couldn't get into Canada, so that had it knocked off. And then
pause. We cannot say that because I looked it up, and there was a chance that she could have gotten in.
Ooh.
If you look up the restrictions, there is a chance that she could have gotten in. I question myself if I truly believe a flat earther got a vaccine. I also question if someone who has ties to January 6th got a vaccine to go to Canada. Just
right.
Out there.
I didn't miss her, but but yeah. Like so that tag team match was scrapped, and then Gigi got hurt, then that got scrapped. So I think they actually like, you know what? We give up. We just need one. We just need one. We need one team over here, so we can just finally get rid of the tournament. And you get to Naomi and Sasha because that's really the end game.
It's cursed. I'm telling you, that tournament is cursed. Like AEW has been cursed since MJF. They put the Miss Silly curse on them. Trinity and Mercedes put the Miss Silly's curse on WWE. MJF hit it for AEW, and until they do right by them,
it's over. So yeah, it's like it really is. Let's get this tournament over with so we can get to Naomi and Sasha. That really is what their mindset is.
Yeah. I thought Ricochet and whatchamacallit was good to open the show. Ricochet and Corbin. I thought was good to open the show. I don't think Corbin gets his due credit. I know a lot of people can't stand him. I'm a big Corbin fan. I always have been.
I like him.
I think
I really enjoyed Baron Corbin versus Bull, Bull, Bull Dempsey. Bull Dempsey. Yes, I'm sorry, but the bullshit it worked. It worked. And Baron Corbin with the stringy hair, his
Right?
whole vibe kind of worked for me. He has consistently worked for me. I would have loved to honestly see Becky versus Baron Corbin.
Right?
Just based off that end of days. It worked. It really worked.
They've given him so many shitty creative stories, and I think he's turned them all into being decent and good. I mean,
Happy Corbin would have worked.
no
But
doubt.
for some reason, this put Madcap Moss in there. No.
I know, right?
He didn't need him.
Even then, it worked for a little while. And then
Yeah.
they started doing more with Madcap Moss, but not in the ring.
Yeah.
I think if they had him do it in the ring, it would have been different than just being Baron Corbin's backup.
I don't know. I like the sad Corbin with the mustard stain on his shirt.
I feel so bad.
But that's what I mean. Everybody has a Baron Corbin or a version of Corbin that they like because he's, even though you love to hate him, he's so good. Like, yeah. I mean, he's been so many different things that it's.
I feel so bad for him. Like he lost. Like damn, that's so sad. But there's other people that I would have loved that on more than Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Like Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Well, like there's a Ricochet problem.
Oh, well, of course.
And
I think
Ricochet kind of gives me, he reminds me of Jungle Boy. Really solid wrestler. But there's just something that keeps me from connecting with them. You know?
Ricochet don't need to talk. And when I was watching this match, I'm like, you know what? They need to get him against more high flyers. Because it really is a thing where if you don't work you don't work that muscle, it's gonna be off. It's gonna be off for when you do it with other people. So I really think they need to get him into more exhibition matches against what's his name, Ali. Ali is back. Let's get this high flyer thing going back up again.
Yeah, him and Mustafa work well together, or Ali, I guess he's just called now. Yeah, they work well together. They have good chemistry. Ricochet, I like Ricochet a lot. I don't know if he just needs more time. I don't know if he needs better creative. I'm not sure what it is, but CM's right. I mean, for a guy with all that talent, he just he hasn't gotten over the way he should. And I think he's fine on the mic. I mean, you don't hear him talk very much, but when he has, I think he's okay. I mean, I'm not sure what the issue is, honestly. I don't know if it's a backstage issue or what, but.
Do you think he'd be in a better spot right now if he was able to have gotten that NW spot that he was that creative plan for him and that he didn't get?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Because he was supposed to have that whole segment with DX and NWO and everything. And Rollins took the spot instead.
He needs to go back to Prince Puma where he didn't talk. All he did was come out and put on amazing matches.
Yeah,
that part. His best character is his in-ring work. So let him have exhibition matches and just show how good he is again.
Yeah.
And please put Cedric, Shelton Benjamin, T-Bar, Mustafa Ali, the whole main event crew, put them on SmackDown. Because they've been pulling out some banger-ass matches.
Yeah.
And they need more bodies.
No doubt. SmackDown needs more bodies for sure.
I mean, if that's what they want to do with SmackDown, make it the pro wrestling show and put the pro wrestlers to wrestle on SmackDown. Like, I am sold on that.
Right?
Like, bring back a SmackDown 6 era.
Yeah.
That was a great era. Like, they consistently put on bangers. SmackDown, it was like SmackDown, you had to watch it because if you didn't watch it, you just sucked. But Raw, you can miss. SmackDown, nah, you had to watch it.
Honestly, 2003 to 2007, I was straight up SmackDown, and that's not because my cable was off. Also, but
It surprised me
SmackDown was
so.
my show. SmackDown was my show, though. I even loved Brock Lesnar in 2003.
Oh wow, yeah, he was like a
He was
cool
cool.
baby
Him and Kurt
face.
Angle was cool.
I'm sorry, Kurt Angle's best iteration is Perk Angle, so you know.
I don't do either of them. I'm convinced they were MAGA guys way before Trump was the thing. I mean, those guys were both, in my opinion, I believe both Kurt Angle and I know Brock Lesnar is. I mean, I don't know Kurt Angle, but I know Brock Lesnar is a Republican.
I think Brock Lesnar just doesn't like people,
piece of
and
shit.
so he votes for whoever will keep the people away from him.
Yep.
I mean, y'all already know I was a big Eddie fan.
Yep.
And when I figured out who the second best Eddie was, that
Who?
Right? That CM Punk said in his promo.
It was who?
Like Eddie Guerrero.
Umaga. Umaga is the second best Eddie.
Eddie Fatu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
Eddie Fatu, look at me.
Right? Stupid fucking inside joke like Bob that nobody else gets, or come on, dude. Like, fuck off.
Well, all of us were thinking Eddie Edwards because that's the second name that we think of.
Well, yeah, because nobody really thinks of Umaga as Eddie Fatu. Like,
No.
you know, you're
That
way
part.
to just make everyone feel dumb for not being inside. Like,
But I racked my brain trying to think of when did CM Punk have anything to do with Eddie Edwards?
Right?
that I don't know. I wouldn't.
I couldn't
yeah,
think
that-
of anything. And
Yeah,
so
no.
eventually I found that Umaga's first name was Edward and was like, oh, there we go.
All right.
CM
Yeah.
Punk had a
See?
lot to do with Umaga.
Ew.
Yeah, you see how much you had to research to get his fucking vague reference? Like, give me a break. I'm not a Punk fan. And this shit, I feel like here we go again. Like, he was in WWE, and here comes drama. And he was in Ring of Honor before that, and there was drama. And now he's in AEW, and there's drama. Like, I feel like it follows him like a fucking rain cloud. Like, I don't know. If I was a wrestling company, I would not want CM Punk in my locker room. I mean, you want him to sell tickets for you for sure, but at the same time, like, I don't want that personality.
Very
He feels
limited.
toxic.
It would have to be very limited.
Yeah.
Very, very limited.
and like MJF said, stop being a fanboy, put your doggone foot down. Like you're in charge. You're in charge of this whole thing. So if something is going wrong or someone doesn't like something, put your freaking foot down, put the booger sugar down, and do your doggone freaking job.
I feel like athletes that are legitimately the best of their sport do behave that way.
Well, he ain't the
But
best.
can anybody honestly say CM Punk is the best wrestler in the world right
No.
now?
No.
No.
He ain't even the best in AEW.
No.
Like Blue says, overrated.
Hold on, because there's
Like,
something
I
that
like
Meltzer
Punk.
said.
I like Punk, but
Right.
Yeah, no, I like Punk too. I just
Mox is my favorite.
He is. He really is for me right now.
yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
And maybe now people will stop saying he's the third best member of the Shield.
Who says that? Who
I
is
don't
saying
know.
that?
Punk. Okay, so according to Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Tony Khan made it very clear during the meeting that he wasn't going to be a pushover during the ongoing backstage unhappiness.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
One wrestler noted to us that Khan made it very clear he was not going to be a pushover for demands by the talent. There have been a lot of instances where talent of late has made demands on what they want in regard to the pay-per-view, and in some cases, Khan has done that thinking the proposed ideas are better, and in others he hasn't. Tony Khan tells AEW stars he won't be a pushover from Wrestle Talk. I personally think if you're going to say that, actually mean it, and not just to the people who carried your company during the pandemic when they risked their lives to come to those damn tapings all those times and put on shows for you.
Exactly.
Mean it. Like, don't give into CM Punk. We clearly see he's not doing anything. Build up new people before you become like Vince.
Or don't give in to Sammy Guevara because he got mushed in the face and get Eddie suspended.
Let Eddie punch him. It might make his face less punchable. Obviously, if everybody has gone in on Sammy from the time that we have found out until now on Twitter, and the common thread, Eddie was like, I shouldn't have punched the guy in the face, don't go after Sammy. And wrestling Twitter all collectively were like, yeah, we like you, Eddie, but we don't like him because of his personality and all the bullshit calling people liars. And now he's getting what he deserves. All Eddie does is talk shit, wrestle. What else do you want from the man?
You know somebody who I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about? Colt Cabana.
I would just like to know something.
It feels like if you got a problem with Colt Cabana, like you're a dick, right? Like CM Punk's the one that's the asshole in the situation. Like you can't let shit go and fucking move the fuck on. Like,
just a question: if you are CHK and this man who has gotten beat in about 3 minutes in UFC, every time he came out, demands that you remove this person who has helped develop your video games, has helped launch your streaming to be a partner with Twitch, who helped carry the banner for you guys during the dark times, was there for the Dark Order, and is over in Germany now wrestling for AEW and promoting AEW Fight Forever. Which one are you actually going to let dictate, or even just, say, hey, this might be a better fit for me?
Right. Well, I mean, we know that Tony Khan has a love affair with CM Punk, right? I mean, there's a bromance there. Like, he's a big CM Punk fan. He always has been. So I think there's some, whether it's intended, at minimum unintended, bias towards CM Punk. And I think, I mean, obviously you can't compare CM Punk to Colt Cabana as far as star power goes, right? Like if you're running a company and you have the ability to have Colt Cabana on TV or CM Punk on TV, there's not really much of a decision. At the same time, you also have to realize what you're sacrificing when you have a CM Punk involved in your company and on your television. Like personality wise, you'd much rather have a Colt Cabana because in the back, he's not a cancer, but he doesn't sell tickets like CM Punk does. I mean, the way that everybody freaked out when he came back was just ridiculous. Like, I get it. It's CM Punk. It's been 7 years and whatever. But come on now. Like, I was watching Ollie on fucking Wrestle Talk cry at the live reaction.
That was good.
It's like,
I understand that, though. I do understand that. Because it's like, if this is your favorite wrestler, like, I'll be honest. When Kofi won, I cried because it was like a big emotional thing. So for him, that might have been a big emotional thing. And I think CM Punk is overrated. So I kind of agree with you. Crying for CM Punk was a lot. But that is his favorite wrestler. So that was and a lot of us didn't think he was ever going to come back.
Right. Yeah. And I get that. I just need people to be more blah, blah, blah. I need people to be more professional. Like, I don't, like, when do we get to this part where I know wrestlers are creative, but you're dictating what's going on in the company? Like Shawn Michaels, everybody knew he was a dick. Everybody knew he was a dick in 1995. Everybody knew that. But somehow, some way, in that ring, we got them banger matches of Hell in a Cell, the casket match, in the ring. You didn't know nothing. If you were not on the internet, you didn't know anything. So I kind of wish we can kind of get back to there, man. I'm like, I get it. the backstage stuff is very interesting, but it should not affect your show like this.
I mean,
like be adults about it. There you go. Be adults about this.
If you didn't listen backstage back in the day, they beat you up. So I mean, Eddie tried, and you got sent to anger management. And having been to anger management quite a lot, it frustrates you more.
Mox in his book was mentioning that over his wrestling career, he's had plenty of situations where stuff has gone off where absolutely nobody had any idea. And if they really wanted to keep shit secret, they could. The only reason shit gets out is because they want it to get out. Like they're okay with that stuff, whatever it is. I'm not, whatever it is, getting out.
Now I'm wondering why the Kingston stuff came out, because if it had been 2-3 weeks that he was gone, and we just kind of thought, injuries, wrestling at other shows, stuff like that, why mention it now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely social media has changed a lot of wrestling, right? Like, and just the ability to know what's going on right away, or to be backstage and then divulge it right away and have it out there, to everybody to dissect, has definitely changed it. I mean, it was different in the 80s and the early 90s before, all that stuff was prevalent and you didn't know everything about what was going on all the time. Like, there was still some sort of mystery to some things, Now most people know everything, right?
One thing that really surprised me when I started getting on the internet to talk about wrestling was the amount of hate for Randy Orton.
Really?
I was not expecting that. Like, well, I'm from Missouri, so back when I was 12, 13 watching, I loved Randy Orton. Online, and everybody did not like him very much.
Was that when he's a legend killer?
No, because he's a dick.
Right. Like, I mean, for the most part, he's been a dickish heel most of his career. I mean, even when he's a babyface, he's still kind of a dick heel. I mean, like
he took away my Mr. Kennedy.
Yes.
I will never forgive that. How Mr. Kennedy was not a top star in WWE because Joe behind talking about he's so hurt. He hurt me in the ring.
Look, he is a dick, and he is a snake.
He can't keep up.
But if you go into a relationship with Randy knowing he's a dick and he's a snake like Riddle did, it's fine.
No, Riddle is just like, here, bro. It's in my contract that I can smoke it, so here.
Right?
Riddle
found the key. Get that dude out.
So I know I keep mentioning the Mox book, but he had told an interesting story where when the Shield first formed, there was some discussion and creative about whether they'd actually carry like a physical shield down to the ring, like maybe a riot type shield or something. And they decided against it. But what made me laugh was then I saw the Viking Raiders tonight with their big old fucking stupid ass shield. And I was like, they finally got someone to come down with a fucking dumbass shield. Like,
do y'all remember the mask? Do y'all remember when they debuted in the turtlenecks and they had like
the turtleneck and the mask? Yep, yeah, he was talking about that too. He's all, our first night out, they put us in turtlenecks and a mask and combat boots, and it was like he's all. Then we started stopping on the road at every Marin surplus store we could find and buying tactical gear to wear to the ring and shit.
They're like, "Hey, we're gonna make it work."
Right?
Super secret.
I have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Going back to SmackDown.
Yes.
Do you all think that Solo Sikoa is going to debut soon on the main roster? 1. And 2, do you think he's going to be with the Bloodline?
He should. He should definitely be with the Bloodline. I think he's hurt because, like, the last time I saw him on NXT, they said he had something wrong with his leg. So I'm not sure how long he'll be out for. But he should definitely be with the Bloodline. I don't think he should debut any other way.
I think he can wait until the draft, which is going to be post Mania.
Yeah, he could probably use a little more work.
Yeah, give him the extra 6 months.
Probably use a little more work. He's the youngest Uso. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, part of the reason is I want Wale's Quizzlemania 3 Usos thing
Yeah,
to
3
be a bit.
Usos.
I don't know. I'm torn. Like, I don't think he's quite ready yet. And honestly, it'd be kind of cool if, like, instead of just coming and joining and being a bad guy, another bloodline dick, what if he was like, you guys are real assholes, and like that's not really what the family's about. Like, we're actually decent, nice guys, and I'm gonna kick your ass because you're being a prick. Like, I mean, I don't know if that carries any weight, as far as the younger dude stepping up to the head of the table, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like the way you're running shit. Like, you're too cocky or a bit of an ass. I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, that to me seems to be more exciting to me than just, oh, here's another Uso joining the bloodline or
I don't.
another.
I don't hate that story because that sounds like the story we were supposed to get with Jimmy when he returned, right?
Right. Yeah.
And Jay was conflicted, but somehow we kind of we fast forwarded past that, and they just
Real
became the
quick. We got
bloodline.
past that
Did we?
conflict real quick.
But did we?
Well, there you go. So yeah. So here you go. So Solo comes and says something, right, and all of a sudden, one of the the Uso Jimmy's like, hey, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you're right. Like, I knew that from the beginning, and I shouldn't have got sucked in. And before you know it, maybe you got a little inner civil war or whatever. That'd be kind of cool.
So I read the results because I've noticed that Jay has started to drift away. Jimmy's come closer, and Jay has started treating Sammy like Roman treated him. And it's also kind of like he's realized in his head he didn't really care about me. He used me, and now he's using other people the same way he used me. But I cannot get to my brother to convince him anymore. He's bought into this. So the only way I can do that is if I get my other brother to come in, show him, and then they kind of splinter off and beef. And then Roman is like, I am the head of the table. I am this family. And that's when you get your Dwayne to come in. And now you have your Mania match along with some development for the Usos because God, somebody, this tag division has got to do something.
Something.
I was thinking that Jimmy was the one who was initially against associating with Sammy.
But
now Jimmy is for it.
But Jimmy's for it now because Roman talked him into
it. No. I think no. You know what? I do think that cause remember way back, and Sammy was like, "Who am I to y'all? Like you are married to y'all?" I think it was Jimmy that was like, "You good?" And then Jay was like, "Ah, man, whatever." And then so Jimmy had always had a soft spot for Sammy. I love where the bloodline storyline is right now. It's like we're back on the burner. And it's gonna get hot before WrestleMania. Like we're back on track. We was off the track with Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar's Brock Lesnar, but now we're back on track with the bloodline storyline.
I mean, if the ultimate payoff is gonna be Rock versus Roman and Rock winning, then I'm all for it. If it's Rock versus Roman as a payoff and Roman wins, I'm not gonna be very happy. And if it ends up something else, I don't know. Depending on what it is,
I swear, if Rock wins again, if Rock wins that belt again, I swear to you, I'm going to figure out a way to jump through my TV and fight.
You're not wrong about Brock Lesnar, though. His matches are real 50-50. Like, sometimes he'll have a banger like he did with Daniel Bryan, but then he'll have other matches like he had with Dean Ambrose.
It depends on if he respects you. If you haven't noticed, if Brock does not respect, let me phrase that. If Brock feels that Vince doesn't respect you, he treats you like shit. Pay attention to that because at the time, Dean Ambrose was getting treated like shit. Vince wasn't really into booking him. He didn't know how to deal with him. He just was like, eh. So Brock gave him that match. And it effectively buried him.
Man.
And he had to work from under that. Vince likes Daniel Bryan. He respects the fact that he stands up to him. He respects the fact that Roman's lineage. He respects them. If he respects you, Brock respects you. If he doesn't,
Yeah. Like, I'm all for Roman versus Rock because the story.
Right.
The issue is, should Roman still have the belt?
No.
And the thing about, but here's the thing: if Roman didn't have the belt, should Roman versus Rock main event WrestleMania?
I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't think it needs a belt. So I think if somehow Roman's not the champion, he loses somehow, and then he starts doing something to, get revenge. He's whatever he can do to get back to the title, and then The Rock steps up and says, "Nah, you need to sit down and relax and chill. Stop doing whatever it is you're doing." And they have a match at WrestleMania, not about the title, just about Roman's attitude about losing the title, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, or his actions post losing the title. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have to have the title, because I agree. I don't necessarily. The Rock doesn't need to be champion right now. I mean, The Rock doesn't
Right.
need to be champion again ever. But The
Yeah.
Rock needs to beat Roman.
And but that's the thing though, because the whole thing is the champs should main event WrestleMania. So how people feel if Roman didn't have the belt, but that match main events WrestleMania?
Yeah,
I think that's the real.
Well, it's 2 nights. It's 2 nights though, so
Yeah.
it could realistically main event like night 1 and then have a women's match for night 2,
Yeah.
or just put Cody in there as the champion, and you got the Samoans, you got Rocky Johnson, you got Dusty Rhodes, you got territory, so you can't go wrong there.
Is Roman going to lose the title?
It's
At some point, to somebody better. Fuck. I mean, like, it's going. Next week is 2 years. Next SmackDown is a 2-year anniversary, right? Like,
they're finally hyping people up where it looks like it. Cause like tonight SmackDown, that was the main thing for tonight. Like, let's hype Drew McIntyre up. In case you didn't know the full story, here's a good promo about the full story about him being the chosen one, getting fired and coming back. It was done beautifully.
But was it SmackDown or a fucking Drew documentary? Like, what the fuck am I watching here? This is SmackDown. It's not A&E Drew McIntyre bio time.
I like Drew McIntyre. I have liked Drew McIntyre from the beginning, and just how he kind of got treated for something that he couldn't control bothered me with Vince. But you're my boy, Blue. That comment, I want the Usos to battle the New Day for custody of Solo.
That could work.
We know he's your little brother, but we still gonna beat him. We still want him. He's ours now.
We saw him first in NXT.
It's fine. All of the New Day are adopted. They can adopt Solo.
That's funny. So I thought that it looked like last week or a couple weeks, Drew was done with the sword, and then he brought it out again tonight. Like, I thought we were done with the sword.
This is gonna sound so bad, but I need Vince to take his sword back.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
the New Day was my favorite of the Drive Along series that WWE did on the network.
Ooh, yeah.
I love the bit where Xavier Woods said, "Let's go to Waffle House," and Biggie was just, "No, that's blasphemy. You can't say that word." What word? Waffle.
Waffle House. Oh yeah, the pancakes.
Only pancakes. We're going to Pancake House.
No, Waffle House is the best. Never get food poisoning from there. Always from everything else. That's all nice and sanitary and such.
And then they went to a grocery store and got ingredients in a griddle, and Big E made pancakes in the back seat of the SUV.
I remember watching that, and my oldest child was just like, "Pancakes?" And I was like, "Baby, if someone makes pancakes in the car, you shouldn't do that."
Everything's gonna get sticky.
He was not lame.
Everything's gonna get sticky.
Look, we're not gonna, because Big E, the way he was sitting in the back, where he was doing the splits. That just it yeah. So you're my boy Blue. Drew was not lame. He was not lame. Drew got in trouble for not fighting back in a domestic violence situation.
Well,
And then yes, his ex kind of tore his head up.
well,
Yeah.
the 3-man band that
That was Vince's punishment. It wasn't supposed to work, but I swear he can make anything work and anyone work. I don't care anything about Rhino unless he's with me. I care about his kids. I want Heath to have a job because of his kids.
They went from 5 to 17 to 8.
And I love that he did that as a shoot too. He forgot his line and just I got kids.
Okay, so
it
it
came
wasn't
from the heart.
3 and B wasn't trash.
Yes, they were.
Jinder as a
Yes, no, they were all trash.
trash.
They're all trash.
Jinder as a wrestler was trash. The other 2 as wrestlers were okay, but
No.
they were just such they were such dicks. It just kind of worked. But
Well,
at
not
the
letting
same
that slide.
time, this was also the era where WWE didn't really care about tag teams. So how do you make it interesting? When are they just going to do air guitar? Like, give me something.
It wasn't that WWE didn't care about tag teams. It was that Vince did it.
And Vince is WWE, so
Yeah.
right. Are we gonna lie? Who owns the majority of the company?
I'm hopeful for the women's tag team division now that Trips is in charge.
I'm not. Because let's be quite honest. Again, those 2 sets of women tag team belts. How are you further developing your women? They have like the reverse problem of Tony Khan. You have so many women that you can book across so many hours of television, and you don't.
Yeah.
And you know how to book them. Khan doesn't know how to book women.
He does not.
It's like if you're black or you have a vagina, he don't know what to do with you.
Or have a title belt.
Well, okay, if you're black, have a vagina, or have a title belt, and you're not Brit, Jade, or Punk, he don't know what to do with you because he doesn't know what to do with Wardlow.
Yeah.
As we see, he doesn't know what to do with Mox or Claudia.
But Mox
Wardlow
makes
got
the
a
most out of
raw
what he's
deal
given.
with that whole MJF thing, man. I feel so bad for Wardlow. Like they had a plan, and then MJF wanted to be a little because you weren't getting paid, even though you signed a contract.
Mox is used to that with Vince, though. He's used to having to just take his crumbs and scraps and make do.
My boy Blue. You my boy Blue.
Oh my god.
Blue, go put yourself in timeout. Go put yourself in timeout. Because
holy. We needed Jimmy Macaram disclaimer for Blue in the chat.
Apparently.
But that's not true because Jay's killing it, and she got it.
she has all of those things. I mean, it's honestly like he only knows how to book 2 people at a time when they have a belt. Like, why is Wardlow with FTR? Love FTR, but why is Wardlow not fighting like Eddie Kingston's? Why is he not fighting Ethan Page's, Lee Johnson's, Dante Martin's? Why has Dante Martin cooled off so much? What is going on with that?
Because because we for some reason we needed this all ocean title that no one sees.
All ocean title.
Pause. I watch those because I love Pac, and Pac is doing what he's supposed to do, which is get over the name of AEW in Europe, so that when they come over there, they can make even more money.
I think CHK made that belt so that he doesn't lose Pat. He's like, all right, you don't want to come over here. Here's a belt. Just stay in the company, please.
I mean, Pat did say like he not moving over here. Blue, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, bro.
But that belt.
Oh my god, oh my god, I can't. I'm fucking dying, dude.
I'm trying to keep a straight face.
I cannot, dude. I'm gonna start crying here. I'm
I have
laughing
laughed too hard. I have laughed too hard
Oh
for the
my
Sammy
god.
Guevara slander from the guy who said he was 22 and he looked like he was 55 on Twitter arguing about student loans. And now Blue is over here. My abs cannot take it, man. Okay?
You remember when the TBS title used to spell hose?
Yes. Oh my
They changed that
god.
belt pretty quick.
They did.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Where's Rio? Where's Riho?
Riho? I assume
where-
she's doing stuff in Japan.
Yeah, I haven't
Where's
seen her in a long
Nyla
time.
Rose?
Oh, she backstage.
Now
laughing at her
Rose
physical
was
get beat
on
up.
Dark a couple weeks ago, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
if
still
you-
with Vicky and Marina Shafir. It's Nyla Rose.
I
Marina
like them
Shafir,
together. That could be a really powerful faction if they were on TV.
No
And
doubt.
just please drop the beat of Maria Shafir's theme song. I just need you to drop the beat. Jeez.
I don't know her theme
After the
song.
violin, just boom, 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 boom.
You know who I want to see? You know who really should come over and fight Jade? Who I think would be like the most likely contender for Jade's belt? Masha Slamovich.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I want to see if she can slam Jade.
Yeah.
I would like to see her take on Julia.
She would kill that girl.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't mind seeing
Not
Taya
hard,
Valkyrie.
not hard. Stardom Julia
Oh.
with a G.
Mm.
The
I don't
one
think
who
I'm
got
familiar with
busted
that.
open on her head and had that pretty awesome
I would like
match.
to see. I want Layla Hirsch to come back soon
Yes, I miss Layla Hirsch.
because, like, there was a lot of when you think about it, like back towards the beginning of okay, that makes sense now. I was gonna say back towards the beginning of the year, there was a lot more women's booking that was really good. And I would like to see the Stardom women come over and do something with the AEW women, as well as the ones who do Choco Pro, that Takeshita works with.
Emi Sakura?
No. It's the company. The company. That's their sister company in Japan. I can't think of the name.
Something Star. Something. Wasn't it something Star?
There's Stardom, and then there's another one, and I can't. But anyway,
Chikara?
No. It's the one Takeshita came from.
Is it? It's not DDT, right? Or
Oh.
DDP?
Yeah,
or
DDT.
It might be DDT.
Oh,
It
but
might be DDT.
no. What is wrong?
Right?
I'm not looking at the screen right now because if I look at the screen,
What does that even mean?
Like,
Oh my
it's
god!
hurt, but it's curable. No, I'm sorry.
Lou, did you break into my stash or something? Jeez.
Oh, dude.
Blue. I thought I was bad, and you just not holding back on this girl. Yeah. But if they could get some of those women over, those would be good matches too. I'm just very tired of seeing Britt on my screen constantly. They need to develop people other than her. And I'm sorry, as much as I love Nyla on Twitter, I want more for her. I think Nyla Rose has a good upside. Marina Shafir, minus her music, has a good upside. Most of the women in the division could be viable contenders if you develop them.
I agree. There are some people there that could be viable contenders, but they definitely need to do better.
I mean, Hikaru Shida, top 5 in the world for me.
I don't think he's gonna push Hikaru Shida because he's still mad and upset, and in his little bitch made feelings.
The only one that you can argue is a better wrestler to me is Thunder Rosa, but I'm still iffy about that.
Technical wrestler, yes.
Oh,
But
Serena Deeb. 3.
ooh, now some ooh. I don't understand why people say she doesn't have like charisma. I guess because I pick up her vibe a little bit more. I like her.
Like, I don't know what they're doing with Rosa versus Deep. That they booked that. They hyped that all wrong. I don't know why it just wasn't let Serena Deep run through all of Rosa's students. It really was that simple. It really was that simple. But no, we want to treat them like Britt Baker and let them be on the mic every week for some reason. Even whatever.
I
Okay, I'm gonna
enjoyed
say it.
Deeb
I'm gonna
versus
say it. I have
Martinez.
to say it. Britt Baker was not that good on the mic until she had that whole thing with Swole. Swole carried that whole damn thing on her back. Swole was the one that talked. Britt couldn't talk. Britt couldn't wrestle. Swole had to carry that. She's the one who had the Basura Baker. She's the one who put over that whole thing when she was injured and driving her around and Rebel attacking, all that stuff. She's the one who basically was like, oh, you talking about my husband, but you're forever a girlfriend. Like, there was so much there. You have Diamante, who is signed, and where the fuck is she?
How we did not get Britt Baker versus Swole after Britt Baker was champion, I don't know. Because she's the only one who beat Britt Baker.
Yeah, I kept on saying tooth and nail 2, tooth and nail 2, and it never happened.
And it worked. It should not have worked, but that match worked because Britt is the dentist who is like a psycho, who you could actually see going insane and fighting in their dental practice. You could see that it made logical sense. It made sense.
Man.
And what did you do? Diamante's not up there. Kiera Hogan's not up there. What are you had access to the women of Impact. You had access to the knockout division, arguably one of the best women's divisions in the world and the best in North America. And what did you do?
You used nobody. And Willow Nightingale is still not signed.
Right? That's a tragedy.
You have access to a whole damn women's wrestling facility through Thunder Rosa. And what have you done?
No doubt. How
was Nikki James not ever in AEW during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Man.
And apparently Jordan Grace has come out and stated that she has looked to do some work with them and that they
aren't interested, huh?
What?
Like you have access to so many women who want the opportunity and want the platform, and all you are pushing is Baker. And I'm sorry, Jamie Hayter is probably going to be amazing in the future, but if she falls down behind Britt Baker, she's going to be just as messed up as Britt is once Tony Khan sours on her. And yes, sign Willow. Willow should have been signed. I fell in love with Willow. There is a thing on Now This on Facebook about the women of wrestling, or it's like Heels or something, or it's something. If you look up like women's wrestling on Facebook, you'll find it. It was
at
Willow.
least and ROH. At least.
I don't know what he's doing with ROH because you have Shane Taylor Promotions who are not signed.
And you have a Discovery deal. Like, get this going, dude.
Blue, you do not get more pregnant.
Second best Scottish male wrestler signed to ROH.
Did you say 7?
Second. Joe Hendry. Second best Scottish male wrestler. Number 1's Drew McIntyre.
Oh my god.
I don't know who the 7th would be.
I thought you said 7th.
Well-
I was like, well, who's the 6th in front of them? Like you have an incredible opportunity to put these folks on. If you are not getting a TV deal like you want for them, you have YouTube. Use
And
it.
you can get paid on YouTube, contrary to popular belief.
YouTube, Twitch. Again, Impact did it. Put the shit on Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a good relationship with most of these companies. I mean, use some of the NWA wrestlers. Where's Allison Kay and
Your mic.
Trish
Your mic's unplugged.
Oh, my bad.
There you go. But yes, I agree. You have access to NWA women. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yep. Tony Khan is,
All of those at one time.
At first, like I said, I mean, I guess it's gone downhill, but it was like for a long time you didn't really have much to compare Vince with, and when AEW came along, it was like this ray of light because it was like, oh, here we go, we get someone doing it right. But the longer and longer AEW's gone along, the less and less I like Tony Khan, and the more and more his flaws shine through on a regular basis.
When he wasn't in the forefront, it was a lot better.
I agree.
When you had him focusing more on the wrestling matches and not so much being a presence, because he's a presence without being a presence.
Which is weird.
So, anything else we need to talk about, or are we ready to wrap this stream up?
That's pretty much it.
I think if Drew wins, it's only going to be one belt.
I would like to share some appreciation for Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
We love Sammy. Sammy's
best thing on SmackDown, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
That is what's keeping the Bloodline storyline hot. And please let's lead to him and KO versus the Usos. Please.
I wouldn't mind seeing the titles off the Usos, but them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Sammy versus Roman at some point for the title. An ultimate like.
I've been trying to push this so I don't know if people are listening, but let Sammy get the Jericho 2000 win. When Jericho won off the Triple H with the help from the APA and the ref, that will be run that back. That will be such a dope moment. Like Roman can get it back within a month, but that'll be that's perfect for the story.
So Drew wins one, Sammy miraculously wins the other.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll owe True Hill Heat $20 though. I said if Sammy wins the world title, I'm giving him $20 donation.
Nice.
But it'd be worthwhile.
It'd be worth it. It'd be worth it.
I'm all for Sammy winning the title.
Sammy needs something because he deserves it. Like, this man has literally helped carry this company for years, and what has he gotten?
He faced the dude from Jackass and actually made a worthwhile match on WrestleMania.
Right?
Y'all leave him every time y'all go to Syria. Look, every time you go overseas and he has to do a thing for Syria.
Yep.
I kind of feel like Sammy is the epitome of sports entertainer.
Right? That perfect. When you say that, that's what Sammy. That's a perfect example.
I'm still tired of that fucking discrepancy between fucking wrestler and sports entertainer. You're fucking wrestling for my entertainment. You're both. Shut the fuck up.
Blame Vince. Blame Vince so he doesn't have to pay certain taxes.
Unbelievable. So, on that note, I don't know if we'll be here next week. I'm hoping still that maybe we'll be able to do something live with True Hill Heat on their Rampage. I haven't gotten to know. And SP3 alluded last Saturday on True Hill Heat that they would be doing something with us very soon. So maybe that's this next Friday. So you may be able to see us on True Hill Heat with them, or we'll be back the following week for our regular Rampage Watchalong.
Okay.
That roaches into everything.
All right, y'all. Have a great night.
Take care.
Later.